I'm living my nightmare. This is the most repulsive type of cheating I can possibly imagine, and it's somehow happening in and ruining my life. I am absolutely disgusted and devastated by the person my husband turned out to be. The level of deceit and the risk of passing an STD to me is unbelievable. I apologize in advance for the long post. It's partially a rant, partially a cry for help. Post, I've had actual nightmares about this type of thing. I've dreamt that I come home and he's in our bed with someone. Or we try a threesome and they shove me out so I just go sit and watch TV. Or he walks up to me with his bags packed and says he's leaving me for someone else. It always left me feeling like someone close to me had suddenly died. The pain and shock of losing him would actually take my breath away. I would calm down right away because it was just a dream, but the emotions felt were so real. A few years ago, we started having less sex. And then even less sex. He eventually admitted that he has a corn addiction and that it was a big part of why we weren't having sex and why he was so withdrawn/no longer affectionate. He was watching corn every day, several times a day, and didn't have an interest in sex with me or the effort to maintain the relationship. He just wanted those endorphins from corn and gambling, but that's another story. He was always chasing a high. I got us into couples counseling and asked him to find an individual counselor. We had an open device policy and I would keep him accountable until he could get a coach/sponsor. Unfortunately, I learned a lot more about the type of corn he watches. Too much, actually. So I continued having those nightmares about him choosing someone else. But now, he was in bed with a man or a trans woman. I've dreamt that I come home and he's on his knees with a stick in his mouth and another in his butt. Spit roasted like a pig. I kept these worries and insecurities to myself. I've always been told that insecurities create problems that don't actually exist and they ruin relationships. We already had problems and I didn't want to add more because my imagination was telling me he was going to cheat on me with a man or a woman. Insecurities are a you problem, so you deal with them. Fast forward, and I've discovered that my husband has visited and revisited a site for quick and random hookups with strangers. Like, complete strangers. There will be a post outlining what time someone will be at a specific spot and what they'll be wearing/driving, etc. You go to that spot, make eye contact, give each other a signal of some kind to confirm you're both there for the same thing, and then have sex in a car, behind a bush, in a bathroom stall, etc. When you're done, you leave and continue your life like nothing ever happened. You may never see that person again. You had your 15 minutes with them and you move on. You go home to your wife who thought you just ran to the grocery store. According to the site, the park next to our house is a spot where this happens. Literally walking distance from where we live. I found that he was also looking at local glory hole locations. Glory holes. I seriously thought they were a joke about truck stops, but they're real and very common. They're in men's bathrooms everywhere. There's like 5 just in our neighborhood. Same thing as before, you see a post with what time someone will be there and you just show up. Like the other one, it's almost anonymous. It's just a hole in a bathroom stall. You each keep your identities to yourself so you can live your normal life and do this in secret. And yes, both of these are primarily men seeking men. I saw a rare post about a woman here and there, but 99% of them were guys looking for other guys. My husband swears up and down that he is not attracted to men, that he's not gay, that he's not even bi. He can't explain why he was looking for these types of hookups though. When I asked, his actual answer was, I don't know. He is absolutely adamant that he did not cheat. He says that yes, he did want to cheat, and yes, he did look up what his options are, and yes, he did visit those sites a few times, but he would never actually do it. I call BS on all of it. You rarely have sex with me, stop showing affection, and become distant. At the same time, you're watching tons of corn and looking up who you can have sex with near our home. The desire to cheat is there, the intent to cheat is there, the accessibility to cheat is there. You don't confess anything, I had to find out and confront you. And even then, you trickle-truthed, lied, and tried to backpedal. Did he cheat? Probably. Likely a few times. Is he gay and in denial? Probably. Is he using me to maintain appearances while he has this secret sex life? Probably. Is he a manipulative, revolting pervert? Yes. Am I done with this relationship? Yes. I'm getting a full STD screening and am beginning to untangle the life we shared. Context. I, F32, met my husband, M32, at the very beginning of our 8th grade year. We ran into each other in the hallway between classes, made eye contact, and just clicked. We instantly became attached and were inseparable. Just two punks always laughing about something and getting into trouble. The school staff hated when we were together. LOL. We kissed a few times for practice. We got into high school and dated on and off. It was easy when your best friend was super hot, but we were immature and it never lasted. We were always friends though. When we became adults, we decided to give it a real try and again, things just clicked. Everything fell into place. The friendship was there, the sex was amazing, we both wanted the same things. After a few years, we moved in together, and a few years after that we got married. Now we've been married for 6 years. There won't be a 7th year because everything has been destroyed. 18 years of friendship thrown away. So many of my memories from growing up are now tainted. I'm really struggling because I felt a lot of security in the fact that we grew up together. I've known him for 18 years, so I thought I must truly understand him, the real him. But I didn't know him. I don't know how to move forward or have faith in any relationship now. Because if you can't know someone after that much time, you can't know anyone. Not really.